Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Welcome to the ABC4 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Emily Flores.
And I'm Glenn Mills. Thanks so much for joining us. We do begin tonight in Cache County, where a house explosion sends 3 people to the hospital. This all happening near Cache Junction at 5280 North and SR 23. Information limited, but we do know multiple agencies responded to the house. Officials have not released the victims' names or their condition. The cause of the explosion remains under investigation, but a neighbor says they smelled propane. Another neighbor saying the explosion sending pieces of the house into his property hundreds of feet away. We'll keep you updated as we learn more information, both here on air and online, abc4.com.
All right, taking a look now at Little Cottonwood Canyon from just a little bit earlier today. Snowbird in the Cliff Lodge is what you see here. That area blanketed in thick snow with more on the way.
That is just an incredible scene there with the lights from the vehicles. Just amazing up there.
It's stunning. All right, Alana. Today was pretty calm, but it's not going to stay calm, right?
Well, we call it the calm before the storm because the storm has arrived in portions of the state. We started to see that increasing cloud cover, but we've got moisture on the way. The satellite radar is pulled back, so you get an idea of where this moisture is coming from. An upper level low in the Pacific Northwest and an atmospheric river just bringing in an abundance of moisture to California. We're going to drag that inland, and our high pressure breaking down with those clouds increasing in the last several hours throughout the state. Now we're seeing echoes of moisture in the West Desert, and we know wet weather is going to fill in as we get through the next little while. This is what it looked like when those clouds pushed in. Sandy shot here from Don Can. Thank you, Don. Great sunset shot there. Just caught a little bit of that sunset. All right, snow levels are going to be tricky as we head into tomorrow. Typically with a storm system, you would imagine that snow levels go down, but with this one, they're on the up and up. So while we could see some precipitation starting as wet valley snow, that's not going to stick around because that snow level climbs to about 7,000 feet. A cold front comes through later on in the day tomorrow, and that will bring in colder air and drop those snow levels, so mixed precipitation is possible, but this will give you an idea. This is not our traditional winter storm. This is an atmospheric river event, and that brings warmth with a valley rain and mountain snow setup. Storm Tracker radar kind of showing us what's filling in at this moment. We know not everything's hitting the ground, but as the radar sweeps the region, we've seen wet weather now pushing in. There's plenty of moisture evident out there, and this storm system is going to pack a punch. So as we head into the overnight, we get very soggy conditions, and it is prompting several warnings throughout the state. Winter storm warnings as we look through the Beehive State. I'm going to break these down and how much snow to expect, the snow level, and the timing of all of that rain coming up in my full forecast in just a few moments. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
Alana, thank you. One man has died, another hospitalized after an avalanche hit the Weber Canyon backcountry this afternoon. Summit County Sheriff saying they got the call around 3:30 p.m. Multiple agencies responding and finding 2 adult men buried in the snow. One of the individuals pronounced dead on scene, the other injured and rushed to a local hospital, now in stable condition. The Summit County Sheriff's Office has not released the names of either people involved at this time. Now to a weather alert. Concerns for some mountain communities who will see even more snow building up. The Utah Avalanche Center says they are worried about the possibility of roof avalanches as more snow piles on top of homes and temperatures warm up. Now, when snow slides off roofs, it can land on people or block them in their homes, and officials say it's something that has killed adults and kids in the past.
And we all know this geyser right here, Old Faithful, but researchers from Utah are drawing attention to a lesser known geyser in Yellowstone for its strange habit of vibrating. The Doublet pool doesn't erupt, it thumps, they say. Researchers with the University of Utah discovered the pool is more than a tourist attraction. It's a thermometer. The local scientists found the timing between sections of thumping reflects energy moving around and heating the pool. So an associate professor of geology at the university says she hopes this finding can be used to better understand geyser eruptions. And Salt Lake City International Airport introducing new technology to make traveling a bit easier, they say, and a bit more secure. This utilizes the Get Mobile ID app, which was announced just last week. It can be used in the TSA PreCheck at the Salt Lake City International Airport. So this is the latest generation of credential authentication technology, otherwise known as CAT2. You'll be able to use either your ID or your phone with the Get Mobile ID app. It then takes a live picture of you, compares it To verify they match, it's also able to identify fraudulent IDs. Officials say this will help make the process at the airport a lot smoother.
But it's really that extra layer of security to ensure that the ID that the traveler is using is in fact authentic. And that's another benefit of credential authentication technology. That was a feature in the first generation of CAT, and it continues to be a feature in the second generation of CAT.
Passengers will now be seeing Cat 2s throughout the security checkpoint.
New at 10, Utah Tech University named among the 10 most prominent arts and science colleges of 2022. That honor coming from the Education magazine, the publication saying this: education in art and technology amplifies the success of innovative industries and widens the boundaries of creativity. Today, art and technology go hand in hand to provide students with ingenious experiences. The publication saying Utah Tech University stands out in the education sector. Ken Garff employees packing food and meals for men at Red Barn Academy today. Those men trying to break away from addiction and rebuild their lives in a farm setting. The Ken Garff locations in Riverdale saying they are grateful for the transformative power of the barn, so they want to give back. They have employees that have personally benefited from the services and resources at Red Barn Academy.
And another Ken Garff event tonight, the Prince for a Day Mr. Inspiration pageant for men with disabilities. Now, Ken Garff employees helping to host the fundraising event for Turn Community Services, a program founded by a group of parents who wanted to improve program services for their adult children with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Well, tonight, that event, an opportunity for the contestants to share their talents and life with their friends, family, and members of the community. The CEO of Turn Community Services explaining more about tonight's pageant and the inspirational men involved.
They live very inspiring lives, and they inspire their family members and their friends by the way that they live and their positive attitudes. And so this is our chance to help them get on stage and tell their story.
Hennessy, who you just heard from, continuing to say a lot went into the preparation of tonight for the men, and they're grateful for all of the support from Ken Garff and, of course, the community. Coming up, the CEO of Norfolk Southern Railway in the hot seat on Capitol Hill today. We'll have more from Washington.
And Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell hospitalized following a fall at a Washington, D.C. hotel.
And an awesome shot today. Look at the Henry Mountains covered in snow, the Colorado River there. This is near Hite Marina. Great to see the red rock. Thanks, Brian, for sending this our way. This was before the clouds moved in, and now a storm system has arrived in the Beehive State. What's in store for your Friday in Utah's most accurate forecast?